Well, it's been a long time coming, but there are numbers in this cattle on feed report that we've been looking forward to.
Yeah, we're finally back on schedule with the USDA after the disruptions due to the shutdown. So the March cattle on feed report has February placements and marketings. Marketings were just a tick above last year and pretty much as expected. Placements came in bigger than expected, about 102% of last year. The market was actually expecting those numbers to be down 4 or 5%. So more cattle went into the feedlots in February. The March 1 cattle on feed inventory is just about 1% above a year ago. So a little bit of surprise in this market in terms of those bigger placements.
So having that many more placements, what does that mean for the feed market?
You know, I don't think this is creating a major problem. We have clearly changed the timing of feedlot cattle, you know, partly because of these bigger placements, but really just the cumulative effects of winter weather. You know, and now we've got flooding in lots of areas. That's disrupting some other things as well. But we've delayed some cattle this spring. Weights are lighter right now, so those cattle will be coming. We know we're going to have increased marketings as we move to the normal seasonal peaks in slaughter. For steers peak out usually in May or June. So we have some challenges ahead to keep moving these cattle through the system. I don't think there's an inevitable problem right now, but it is something we're going to want to watch in the coming weeks to make sure we move these cattle on through the system.
We're wrapping up March. We're moving into the second quarter of many markets. Let's talk about what's in store for the fed cattle markets.
Well, you know, fed cattle have basically followed a seasonal pattern. They've been grinding slowly higher through the first quarter. They normally peak about now, the beginning of the second quarter. They may go a little bit higher. Some people have actually been a little frustrated with all the weather disruptions we've had that we haven't seen more strength in these fed cattle markets, but they have moved seasonally higher. They may have a little ways to go yet because we're going to see some continued effects. Again, cattle are slow to market, weights are lighter, so we may have a little time to push this a little bit higher and a little bit longer than we would normally see.
Overall, how does the feeder cattle market look right now?
Feeder cattle markets, again, have mostly followed a seasonal pattern. For the lightweight end of the feeder cattle, the calves have moved seasonally higher through the first quarter. That's what they typically do. They also typically peak about now. I think they may have a little bit longer to go. You know, again, it's been a wet, sloppy winter. We've got lots of moisture, and so we've got lots of anticipation for good forage conditions. So I think we probably have some additional grass demand here for the next, you know, couple, 3 weeks that may give this thing a chance to push perhaps a little bit higher and extend this seasonal peak a little bit longer. Bigger feeder cattle, once you get over 700 pounds, actually move a little bit lower through the first quarter, and they have done that to a seasonal low. They'll begin now, and I think they already have sort of turned around, and they'll start grinding their way higher to a midsummer peak. So for the most part, markets have followed seasonal patterns pretty closely this spring.
Okay, thank you very much. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.